Right, hello everybody. Sorry there was no video last week. I was absolutely bogged down with things, actually, with things I had to, like doctor's appointments and or just different things, getting ready because next week I'm at the craft fair from Thursday to Sunday. So 4 day stint there. And I'm also been doing a lot of crochet, some sewing. Been doing some little needle books and some other things with my embroidery machine. So that's fun. And I just needed to get a base done, if you know what I mean. So I come in today just to do a little video for you. It's nothing special really, but it's something for you to watch. So I'm going to try and keep, if it's not one a week, it might be every fortnight. I don't know. I'm going to really try. Okay, but I'm finding, time is limited with the family as well. I still have husband don't cook, so which is annoying. If only you could learn to cook nicely, it would be okay. He can, but it's yeah. Okay, we'll bypass that. He's not the greatest, but hey ho. Right, so I'm doing a insert that's it's going in this signature here. Okay, it's going in there somewhere. Yep, it's going to go in just there, so it doesn't have to correspond the pages, if you know what I mean, because it's inside. So what I've done here is just took one of the pages. Those are going to be the big tags, and that's in with the kit anyway. Those are that. Just cut that down, but I'm going to utilize that. And all I've done, is back to that, not all the way down, just back to about here. Okay, so nice and stable there, because this is only done on copy of paper. Also folded over the top of the edge there of that page, and then just put it on and done that and stitched around. Okay, very simple pocket, but nice and large, so it does look quite good in the journal. So just one of the pockets there, and that's another one that's in the kit, and I thought I would do something like that. That is going to go in there, that'll fit, and then with a sticker. So I'm going to class this as a hoarded item. It's a hoarded video as well. Yeah, I was going to try and do 100, but I think that's way out of my way out of reach, really. But hey ho, just dream big. Might get there. Right. Yeah, my hoarded item are my vellum stickers. Okay, here they are. Just took a handful out. Ones that sort of went pinkish, and yep, they're all in there. Got loads of them. Got loads of everything around me, so I am going to venture off the kit, I think, because I've got so much stuff around me that it's just it needs to be used up. So it might become an eclectic journal, this one. Yeah, right. So, and these will, of course, always be backed eventually, even if I don't do it today, because I'd rather do the big tags with you today. Okay, that was my thing, even though I wanted to show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to stick this down. Yeah, been very manic, actually. I've actually been, like in my sewing room till sort of like 9:30. But I've got a good base done. Yeah, I'm doing these poo bag, what are they, dog? For dogs, but it holds the bags, and oh, I love the design. Off with the threads, I think they're called, from there, and I love them. And of course, having the embroidery machine, and it's the first thing that I've actually seen that I really love, and thought, right, I really want to do that. And so I've done about 20, and it takes, I reckon, 40 minutes, 45 minutes to do each one, but it's been good. I will have to put some pictures in, hopefully I'll take them. And I would like to take a bit of footage from, footage from the craft fair itself. But do you know what? When it's there, I don't know, in England, everybody's a bit sort of like cagey about things like that. You know, videoing, and you feel a bit awkward. You know. So I'm just going to slip that under there. That's a little bit too big, or else it'll go inside the pocket, and we don't want that. I just want to use some of that off that I cut off. I thought it'll look nice down there. Yeah, so, you know, I would love to, but I'm not sure. I'll see. And I also belong to like a craft club now as well. That they meet up on a Wednesday, but that finishes because it's actually the same place where the craft fair is, and it's mainly made up of people that have got a stall, you know. And honestly, I've had such a lovely time because I'm at my sister's on Tuesdays, and I'm there on a Wednesday. So sorry, it's like it's stuck down already. There we go. Yeah, so you know, it's limited time to do everything. But I've had a go at spinning, and I really loved it. And I've got a hubby to make me like one of these little weaving things. I quite fancy having a go at that. This is what I do over my sister's on a Tuesday. It's like a total relaxation and unwind, and we do different crafts, try things we've never done, and it might be on our bucket list or something like that. Yeah, weaving. So I got him to make me like a pin weaving thing with a, I don't know, you screw it up at the back. Haven't done any of that yet. So enjoyed the wet felting. I'll put a picture in. My first vessel. So, oh, and I've been doing little felted animals as well. So, but like big mushroom fairy house. I loved that. I love that. So I'll do that again next winter, and hopefully the following year I'll have, you know, a few bits to put on my stall. So I quite fancy venturing into the felting side of things, because the crochet is great, but it has affected my thumb. I keep getting that trigger thumb here, so I'm going to have to watch that. So that's why I like to do different things, you know, and that's why I took up a bit of sewing as well, because I found that I was getting very bad thumb. Couldn't move it in the night, and anyway, hopefully it'll be better. Right, what should we put here? Right, so it'll be sticking out, so pink. Yeah, I think one of them will be nicely. So that's one of the tags, the kit that I've just literally cut down. That's all, to fit in the pocket there, because I didn't want it too tall. You could do it the same size if you wanted, but I wanted to do that. So yeah, so it's all manic now. It's, and of course, even you know, like printing out your labels and your tags, it's like a day gone. I got to price everything yet, because I just find it easier if things are priced, so they don't ask you. Because I got some, you know, like cheaper things, like my crochet, and then I've got some knitted frogs and things like that. Well, you know, they're a lot more expensive. So rather than people ask, you know, because some people don't like asking anyway, which I understand. You know, I'm a bit like that myself. Got to feel comfortable to ask the price of anything. So I like it priced, and then you can just look and walk away if it's too much. Yeah, because they are time consuming, the little frogs, you know, with the little jumpers on, fisherman jumpers. And right, ink. Yeah, the dot pebbles, it's very popular, and they're big. They're on TikTok and Instagram. You know, the little, you might see them, the little animated frogs, you know, that cooking dinner and things like that. And yeah, they'll take you 2 evenings to knit. I reckon 4 or 5 hours, you know, and you have to do them on, like, well, my sister does them on 1.5 to 2 millimeter needles. I struggle with that. 2mm 175 is about my limit. So same with the crochet hook. I can do 2mm and 1 point. I've done a 1.5 daisy the other day, but which was all right. Right. Now that's going to go in there. I am going to make a tag top on that one. So I'll leave it like that for a minute. Okay, so that's going to go there. Yeah, I'll back it with lined paper. I've got some from the kit actually here. Yeah, I'll just back that on there. I'll do that now. Okay, I thought I might put a butterfly here actually. I'm not sure whether to just do sort of half. Look quite nice. I have a tendency to cut butterflies out, but I quite like things that just, you know, like here, I quite like things that go off the page, you know. Hope this is the right way. Some of these stickers are opposite to some other ones, and I keep getting keep cutting the wrong area, but that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. Oops, and direct it. There we go. Be right. Okay. Yeah, and I haven't managed to get to the opticians either, and I had a 2 years was up, so I need to do that as well. Well, I hope you're all well. Yep, perfect. I like that. That's nice. Yep, I really do, and thank you very much for everybody that supported me with the last couple of collage kits and on Ko-fi. That's absolutely brilliant. It really does help, and you know, really does. Because like I said, I can't I have to do sort of things like crafts and things like that when I can, because I can't work, so I have to class that as my work. Yeah, I don't think I could do, you know, I keep thinking, I wish I could work here and do that, but I couldn't stand up all day, you know, my feet would all be swollen up and I wouldn't be able to walk, so I just can't. And I do have to keep moving. That's why I stop and start my video. So I have to go for a little walk because I get really stiff, sat down. But I'm still around and still mobile, so that's great. And I back that one as well. Okay, that's quite a big pocket, so that's going to have more things in it. Okay. Sometimes what I will do is, I haven't got a piece ready, but a piece of nice vintage, this isn't vintage, this one, like music paper. Which you can put behind that. I'm going to bring that down a bit, so I've got that big space at the top there. And that inked up can look quite nice, and then with something on the front, or just plain. It's actually okay. Actually, I think that'd be better ripped. And that inked up. Just wondering whether that'll film there actually. I think it will. Shall we do that? See how things go? I shall finish that for you, so I don't need to back that now. So that's going on the front of there. Okay, now in here, could buy some ink, look. I'll just ink up around there now and sort of mess it up a bit. Go. See, it's just, you know, made it, because that was quite, because we've got flaps on it, it makes the pocket quite big. Yeah, so you always usually have to put other things in. You know, you can put a bit more ephemera in, or, you know, even that looks quite nice. Anyway, leave it as that for now. Okay, we've done that, so that's got to be stitched around. I'm not sure whether I might stitch around that actually, that front bit as well. That looked like a little book. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that, and then we shall do these up. Some collage or something from some of the papers I've got around. And that's that. Okay, I've just glued this bit down here, okay, because that's still fitted in really well. So, okay, and then put some fibres on that. All right, and just stitched around on there. And that come about me normally just putting a piece in behind, and I thought, oh, yeah, that'll make a little booklet. All right, and then put that to write in. You can do a little bit of stamping, and done that. Used this the other week, didn't I? And I really quite liked it. So this little tiny stamp, except for it actually starts a lot lower than it looks. So kid, let's put a little flower in. Just a tiny little accent. Usually dries quite quick, that one. And that's it. So now I'm just going to sort out a few papers that I can use for collage on here. That's Tapeology those come from. I'm still using them. I am coming to the end of them. So I had the whole kit, didn't I, of all the fibres. They were fantastic and they've lasted me ages. I do use them all the time. They're brilliant. I think they've had new ones come out since I've done that video. So, right, okay, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've got a few papers here from the kit. Okay, I don't know what else I've put in there. Oh, some stained up paper there. Okay, but what I'm going to do, and the rest are from the kit, yeah, is I'm just going to rip it up sort of randomly, but not random. I'm going to do that first. Okay, do it like that. I'm going to do it in 3, I think, like that, and then about there, I think. And they're not all the same size or anything like that, so just having to play around. There we go. Right. Oops. Far too many for this, but they'll come in handy for other things later on. So, okay. So, do something like that. Yep. Okay. Oh, that might be not long enough there. That is long enough. Okay. How about that? I'll go underneath. I've already got one of those. No, that's all right there. And then this one, if I do, oh, 1 minute, to go there, and that like that. Okay, I'll do. Perfect. I do that sometimes, you know, if I haven't got much with me with the kits. I haven't made a lot of pieces from the kit yet, so I'll just take some of the pages and rip them up. Yep, I think that'll do. So Right, so what I'm going to do here is stitch. Okay, I'm going to stitch from here, I'm going to stitch like along there. All right, before we decorate. And stitch all the way around, I think. Yep. Right, so stitched around there. Oh, and I cut the corners off. Okay. For a tag shape. I don't really need to do that yet, but there we go. Oh, okay. I'm going to use that bit of butterfly somewhere. So, which I think I'll put it there. So I thought, well, that's the plainest bit. That one's got sort of flowers, so I think it'll look better on there. I usually do that when I cut them in half. I always use the other side. Do that first, so I don't forget. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Definitely going to use him. That's from one of my cluster kits, I think. Let's have a look. That look nice there. Let's have something coming downward from here, which looks nice, like so. Just cut that off. I want something here. Let's have a look. Oh. Should we put something behind him? I don't know whether that's a sticker or not. I think that's one of mine, so cut him there. Yup, do that. Okay, not sure about the top of that one yet because it's got prettiness going on, so let's see. Might look okay with just a grommet and some fibres. Yeah. Mind you, I've got, oh, I'll tell you what I have got. There's a blue butterfly there. I might put that in there. I just saw that. to go around any of those. They've blended in really nice to the page. There we go. Very cold in my studio today. It's actually warmer outside than it is in here. It's because I haven't had a lot of heating on this year in here. I'm gonna have to watch it doesn't get damp though too much, because it's actually built inside of rock. It's literally behind me. It's just you know, the wall that it's built in is actually rock. Right, yeah, love it. So let's have a look. Where did I put that? There it is. That's that. And then I think I used the same. It's going in there. Oh, and I would ink at the back, and sometimes I'll cover it with lime paper. All right, so I'll leave it as is for now, but I'll ink that up. So that's file folder card, so that will ink up beautifully, make it look interesting a bit on the back too. That's that. But it does tend to go without saying with mine. I always do something on the back, so if I don't, that's because I've actually forgotten or haven't gone back or something like that. Let's have a look. I'm going to split these up, so there and there, and then half each of that one. There we go. That's plenty. Now, right. Actually, I'm just thinking I'll do that only because this one's got wool in, okay, and this one has, so I'll put that one over there. Even though it would have looked fine, but that one goes in there. Yep. There we go. Now, all these bits I cut off, I do keep. Okay, they go into some kind of fabric thing that I do. So, they're all in there. Okay, that's it. And then, let's get the journal. Take that out now. It's all right, there's a couple of pages here that are still a little bit long that I haven't trimmed yet. All right, so literally just put the journal together. So, but that is nice. Yeah, so that's going to go in there like that. Okay, and then we've got a big tag to white paper, another one of them, which is all blending in with what we're doing. All right, and that's that. I haven't done the edges or anything yet, so, and then that's that one, and then that goes there. Okay, think I showed you these ones. Each signature had a large pocket like that. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't trimmed properly yet. That's it. So this one's getting a bit fatter, doesn't it? Done a bit into this one. That's why I've moved on to another one, just to get a bit of something going on. And then again, we have to do something big in this one as well. All right. And it's sort of like literally halfway through, isn't it, on that one? So, which is a good place because it adds a bit of stability to everything. Yep, perfect. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I think I'll do today. I'm going to take a picture in a minute. So, yeah, thank you very much then, and speak to you soon. Bye.